What is resource dictionary in WPF? Resource dictionary in WPF helps you to manage styles, templates, and other resources in one place. They allow you to centralize your styles, making your app scalable and easy to maintain. You can even split them into separate files and reuse them across multiple windows. Keep your XAML clean and organized with resource dictionary. User control or custom control? Which one you should use in WPF? It's a major question. A user control is a great quick combining existing control into a reusable component, while custom control is used for creating a complete new control from scratch with its own look and feel. Use user control for faster development, but go with custom control when you need more flexible and customizing thing. Hello friends, let's talk about routed events in WPF. These are events that travel through the UI element tree. Routed events can bubble up from a child element to its parent, or they can tunnel down from the root to the target element. It's useful for handling events like centrally, like catching buttons clicks on parent elements. WPF makes event handling easy through routed events. What is control template in WPF? When you need to customize a button in WPF, that's where the control template comes in. With control templates, you can completely redefine how a control looks like while keeping its functionality intact. It's perfect for the custom UI designs. Customize any control to fit your styles in WPF. Style in WPF. When you want a consistent look and feel across the WPF application, then use styles. A style in WPF allows you to define properties values for controlling globally or locally. It's like a CSS for WPF. Set it once, reuse everywhere. Write clean and consistent UI in WPF styles. Simple and effective. Like, share and subscribe for more videos. Hello friends. Let's see what is WPF. WPF or Windows Presentation Foundation is a UI framework in .NET for building desktop applications. It is great because it uses XAML for designing interface, giving you a separation between the design and logic. With WPF, you will get enhanced graphic capabilities, support for vector-based rendering, and a flexible data binding system. Plus, it uses DirectX, which means smoother rendering. What is XAML in WPF? XAML stands for Extensive Application Markup Language. In WPF, it's used to define your UI element in a declarative way. Think of XML as HTML for your WPF application. It's where you define your buttons, text blocks, grids, and other UI controls. XAMLs give you a clean separation between UI and backend logic, which you write in C#. Design in XAML, code in C#. It's simple. What is MVVM in WPF? Let's talk about MVVM in WPF. MVVM stands for Model View Model. It is the design pattern that separates your UI from the business logic. The view is your XAML UI, the model represents your data, and the view models binds them together. This helps in making your code more testable and maintainable. Data binding and commands are the key in MVVM, letting you keep the logic out of the UI. Got it? Cool. More WPF tips coming up. Like, share and subscribe. What is the use of I command in WPF? In WPF, I command is a powerful interface used to handle user actions like button clicks without writing code behind. I-commands allow you to bind actions directly to the view models, keeping your code clean and following the MVVM pattern. This makes your app easier to test and maintain. Want a clean code? Stick to I-command for your events. What is the difference between user control and custom control? User control or custom control? Which one you should use in WPF? It's a major question. A user control is a great quick combining existing control into a reusable component, while custom control is used for creating a complete new control from scratch with its own look and feel. Use user control for faster development, but go with custom control when you need more flexible and customizing thing. What is visual tree in WPF? Let's talk about the visual tree in WPF. It's a hierarchy of visual elements that represents your UI component. Unlike the logic tree, the visual tree includes all visual elements, even non-logical ones, like border and panels as well. Understanding it helps debugging rendering issues and event routing. Get to know your visual tree and you'll debug WPF apps more effectively. For more videos, just like, share and subscribe. Hello friends, welcome back. What are the binding modes in WPF? Binding modes in WPF defines how data flow between your UI and data sources. One way means data flow from source to UI only. Two way allows data to flow in both directions. And one way binds data only once. Choosing the right binding mode is the key to keeping your UI responsive and in sync with your data. Choose wisely. What is trigger in WPF? Trigger in WPF are awesome for adding interactive to your controls. They let you change property based on the condition. With property triggers, you can modify visual properties like colors or size based on states without writing any code. You can also use event triggers or data triggers for more complex scenarios. Make your UI dynamic with triggers. What are attached property in WPF? Attached property in WPF let one element set properties on another element. Think of it like adding extra information to a child element from a parent element. You see, attached property with layout panels like grids and canvas allow you to control child positioning. They are a handy way to make your Xaml cleaner and more flexible. For more videos, just like, share and subscribe. Hello friends, what is template binding in the WPF? Template binding in WPF used to inside controls templates to bind properties of the control to a property in the template. It's more efficient than binding because it directly links properties with the same control. For custom styles and control template binding is your friend to create seamless binding within a control. What is UI virtualization and data visualization in WPF? UI virtualization creates only the visual element that are currently on the screen, improving the performance for larger list. But data visualization goes a step further. It loads the data on demand from the source as needed. Use UI virtualization for rendering efficiency and data visualization to deal with large dataset without loading everything upfront. What is dispatcher in WPF? In WPF, the dispatcher is responsible for managing the UI threads. It ensures that UI elements are updated safely from the main thread. If you are working with multiple threads, any update to the UI needs to be done via the dispatcher. Use dispatcher.invoke or dispatcher begin invoke to handle this. The dispatcher is go-to for thread-safe UI updates. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe for more videos. Hello friends. What is logical and visual tree? The logical tree and visual tree in WPF are two ways to represent the structure of your UI. The logical tree includes only the essential UI elements like buttons and panels, while the visual tree includes everything visible on the screen, including low-level visual elements like border. The visual tree is more detailed, but understanding both is the key for debugging and working with the events. Value converter in WPF. Value converters in WPF allows you to convert data before displaying it in the UI, perfect for formatting or transforming data during the binding. For instance, you can convert a boolean to a visibility value or format a number. To create one implementation, I-value converter and handle the conversion logic. It's a powerful way to tailor how data is shown without changing your data source. What is virtualization in WPF? Virtualization in WPF helps improve performance by only rendering UI elements that are visible in the viewport. When dealing with large collection, virtualization ensures that only the items currently in view are created and rendered, reduce memory consumptions and improving load time. It's great for handling huge datasets without slowing down your app. Make sure to enable it when using item controls. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe for more videos.
Hello friends, welcome back. What is the role of binding element in WPF? In WPF, the binding element is what connects your UI to the data. It's used for everything from displaying text to syncing complex data. Binding are flexible. You can bind properties, commands, or even the whole object. Plus, you can control the direction of the data flow with binding modes, like one way, two way, and one way to source. Binding is the heart of WPF's MVVM pattern. So mastering it is must for WPF. What is data template in WPF? Data template in WPF defines how data objects are displayed in controls like list box or combo box. Instead of showing raw data, data template lets you define the layout and styling for each item. So you can present your data exactly the way you want. It's a great way to customize your UI and create beautiful display for your data. How to create a custom attached property in WPF? Custom attached property in WPF lets you add extra behavior to controls without modifying them directly. By using dependency property dot register attached, you can define a property that controls can attach to others, like adding custom behavior for layout or animation. It's a powerful way to extend functionality across multiple controls without breaking the encapsulation theory of OOPS. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Hello, friends. Welcome back. What is the role of iNotify property change in WPF? iNotify property change is an interface in WPF that allows the UI to react to changes in your data. Whenever a property changes, iNotify property change sends a notification to the UI so that bounds element like text box, labels update automatically. It's a key part of making you responsive to data changes. Implement it for seamless data binding. What is observed collection in WPF? Observed collection in WPF is a collective collection type that automatically notifies the UI when items are added or removed. Unlike a regular list, observed collection fires event when its content changes, keeping your UI in sync with the data. Perfect for the dynamic data in your WPF application. Need a real-time updates? Observed collection. How does commanding work in WPF? Commanding in WPF allows you to decouple UI action from the actual logic that performs them. It's essential for following the MVVM pattern. With commanding, you can execute actions directly from the view model using a command. Plus, built-in command like application command.copy are super useful. No more code behind you. Commanding keeps your code clean and maintainable. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos.
Hello friends, what are data bindings in WPF? Data binding in WPF connects your UI element to the data source like objects or database. It keeps your UI in sync with the data automatically. You can bind controls to the property, commands or collection using Xaml. One-way, two-way and one-time binding controls how data flows. Master data binding. You will always master WPF. How do you handle validation error in WPF? Validation in WPF ensures user's input is correct. You can handle validation error using validation rules, iDataErrorInfo or iNotifyDataErrorInfo. When a validation rule fails, the control shows an error like UI, like a red border or a error message. Use validation.error template to customize the appearance. Keep your form foolproof by implementing the validation effectively. What is style in WPF? In WPF, style allows you to define visual properties for controls, centralize your design. Instead of setting properties individually, you can create reusable styles in Xaml and apply them throughout your app. You can use setter to apply the property values. It's a great way to making your UI consistent and maintainable. Time to style up your app. Like, share and subscribe. What is behavior in WPF? Behavior in WPF lets you add reusable interactive to your UI without writing code behind every element. Using system windows.interactive, you can define actions like drag and drop, animation, or any other event functionality. Behavior are great, keeping your code modular and reusable. Try them in your next project. What is trigger in WPF? Triggers in WPF lets you change properties based on the event or condition, adding interactive to your control. With properties trigger, you can change control properties when a condition is met, while event triggers responds to events like click or mouse over. Make your UI dynamic and interactive using triggers. What is resource dictionary in WPF? A resource dictionary in WPF allows you to store and reuse resources like style, template, and brushes across your application. Instead of defining a style or template in your every control, you can define them once in a resource dictionary and reference them anywhere in your app. It's essential for creating maintainable and scalable WPF application. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Hello, friends. What is binding to a collection view in WPF? In WPF, collection view is a powerful way to filter, groups, and sort data in your UI. It's often used in data binding scenarios. By binding your list view or item control to a collection view, you can add sorting, filtering, and grouping functionality without modifying underlying data. It's a great way to enhance your application data handling capabilities. How does priority binding works in WPF? Priority binding in WPF allows you to bind multiple sources to a property and use the first one that returns a valid value. It's a perfect for scenario where one data source might not be available. WPF automatically picks the first available value from the binding. Use priority binding to create flexible, fault-tolerant data display. What is visual tree WPF? In WPF, visual tree represents that the hierarchy of visual elements in your application. It includes every UI element that renders content. You can navigate the visual tree to manipulate or inspect UI elements programmatically. Use tools like Visual Tree Helper. Understanding the visual tree is essential for low-level controls of your UI. It's the secret path to the deeper UI customization. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Friends, what is commanding in WPF? Commanding in WPF is a powerful way to separate the UI from the logic. Use I command to bind action like button clicks or methods in your view model. Commands are perfect for MVVM because they allow you to handle user inputs directly in your view model, keeping your code clean. By using relay command or delegate command, you can add logic for when the command can execute, offers full control over the UI actions. What is value converter in WPF? In WPF, value converters helps transform data during bindings. It lets you convert data from one format to another before displaying it in the UI. For example, you can use a Boolean to visibility converter to show hide elements based on a Boolean value. By creating your own AI value converter, you can handle complex data transformation easily. It's must known for handling diverse data formats in WPF. What is freezable in WPF? Freezable object in WPF are special object that can made immutable. Once frozen, they become read-only and gain performance benefit. You often encounter freezable object in animation, brushes, and geometries. Once frozen, they cannot be modified, but this makes them more efficient for rendering. Remember to freeze when possible to improve your application performance. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Hello, friends. What is routed event in WPF? Routed events in WPF travel up or down the element tree, allows multiple elements to handle the same event. There are three routing strategies: bubbling, where the event travels from the source to its parent; tunneling, which goes from parent to child; and direct, which acts like a standard event. Routed events are perfect for decoupling your UI logic from the specific control. Use them wisely for clean event handling.
What is a multi-binding in WPF? Multi-binding in WPF lets you bind multiple data sources to a single property. You can even use a converter to combine values. This is perfect for scenarios like calculating totals for several inputs or combining strings. For more data complex scenarios, multi-binding is the way to go.
What is dependency property in WPF? Dependency property is the backbone of WPF's property system. It's enable property changes, animations, and data binding and more. Unlike regular properties, dependency property support feature like automatic change notification, default values, and property inheritance. It's a key concept for creating custom controls with rich interaction and behavior. Don't forget, always use dependency property for WPF custom properties. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Hello, friends. What is content presenter in WPF? A content presenter in WPF display content dynamically with a control template. It adds a placeholder for any content, makes your template flexible. It ensures that content of the control like button, label, or content chat is displayed even when apply a custom template. It's magic behind flexible content display in your custom controls. What is MVVM pattern in WPF? MVVM stands for Model View Model. It is the core design pattern used in WPF. It is separates concern between the UI and the business logic. The model represents the data. The view is the UI, and the view model acts as the bridge containing the logic and commands. It's the best way to build scalable and testable WPF application. Follow MVVM and your code will thank you. What is control template in WPF? Control template in WPF defines how a control should be displayed. It allows you to completely redesign control while retaining their functionality. You can define a control template in Xaml to change the visual structure, like turning a button into a star or applying complex animation. With control template, you have full control over how your app looks. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos.